Forget crunches. They're a waste of time. These 3 simple moves tighten your core and flatten your gut fast. No gym, no equipment, just real results you'll feel and see in days. Exercise number 1 is called the stomach vacuum. This exercise targets the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest abdominal muscle, often ignored in traditional ab routines. It pulls your stomach inward rather than building it outward. It also improves posture, supports your spine, and creates the appearance of a smaller waist without a single crunch. So here's how you do it. For those listening on the podcast, we'll show some examples on the YouTube, but I'll explain it in a way where you get it. Step 1, you're going to stand tall or kneel on the floor, and in some cases, you can even lie on your back and do this. You're going to take a deep breath through your nose, and then you're going to exhale completely while sucking in your belly inward toward your spine. At the end of your exhale, this is step number 4 here, you're going to hold that. Hold this vacuum position for about 10 to 20 seconds. You could breathe lightly while keeping your abs pulled in. You're simply going to repeat this 5 to 10 times. So start out with 3 sets of 10 to 15 second holds, and then work your way up to 60-second vacuum holds. It's best to perform this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach for the best mind-muscle connection. Bonus tip here is to try doing this while walking or sitting at your desk for extra calorie burn. You see, studies on this sort of hold, what's called an isometric hold, show a significant increase in intra-abdominal pressure and spinal stability. This is key for injury prevention and for core tightness. We know that Pilates, for example, and even bodybuilding legends have used this exercise for decades for smaller waists. Exercise number 2 is called the dead bug with heel tap. This exercise builds functional strength in the deep core without straining your lower back. It teaches your abs to stabilize your spine while moving your limbs. This is exactly how your core works in daily life. So how do you do it? Here are the steps. Number 1, lie on your back with your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle, kind of like what's called a tabletop position. Then slowly lower your right heel toward the ground while extending your left arm forward. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor. Return to the start and then switch sides. That's it. Go slow. Speed kills form. So smooth is fast and fast is smooth. Keep your core engaged the entire time and complete 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps per side. Here's a modification for you if you're a beginner here. Only tap your heel halfway if you can't maintain a flat lower back. Here's an advanced variation of it. Add ankle weights or extend your legs fully for more tension. Exercise number 3, side plank with hip dips. This targets the obliques and deep stabilizers for a tapered, cinched waistline. This builds shoulder and hip stability while improving your posture. Here's how you do it. You're gonna lie on your side. Elbow under the shoulder, legs stacked. Then lift your hips so your body forms a straight line from head to feet. Lower the hips toward the floor without touching it, then lift it back up. What you want to do is perform 10 to 12 reps per side for a total of 3 sets. Here's some extra tips here. Keep your neck neutral and your shoulders stacked, and squeeze your glutes for extra stability. So what do I mean by squeeze your glutes? This is a tip I used to give all the time when I was personal training. Pretend like you have a $100 bill between your butt cheeks and you don't want anybody to take it. You're squeezing tight to keep that $100 bill. That's what I mean by squeezing your glutes. Here's a modification for beginners. Drop your bottom knee for support. And here's a modification for an advanced version. Add a twist at the top, reaching your arm under your torso. Do these exercises, these 3 simple exercises, 3 to 4 times per week, or if you feel up for it because you've been doing it for quite some time, you could practice them daily. Now, if you really want to define those abs, we hear this all the time, abs are made in the kitchen. It is true. These exercises will help tighten your core, help with mobility, prevent injuries, but you got to also do the fundamentals here. So daily walking, daily steps are a great way to burn fat and start reducing your body fat to start seeing those visible abs. You want to get about 10,000 steps per day. And you also want to make sure you're walking after your biggest meal of the day. You also want to focus on protein. Protein maintains and builds lean muscle mass. So aim to get 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. So if your goal weight, your ideal body weight is 135 pounds, aim to get 135 grams of whole food protein every day. On top of that, you want to stay hydrated with high quality spring water and electrolytes. Avoid processed foods as much as possible and go for single ingredient foods. And of course, make sure you're getting quality sleep. That's where you burn fat, detoxify, lower inflammation. So add those exercises with these simple lifestyle tips, and week after week, you'll get stronger, but also start to see that core and those abs start to define. Now I'm going to address some of the common questions you posted on this topic. Before I do, I want to let you know I have a free resource for you to add to what you just learned. I gave you the exercises, I gave you some of the foundations of health. What if there was an actual plan in terms of what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how to practice intermittent fasting to really accelerate your results, drop your body fat, and see those abs in a matter of weeks? Well, that's my free ebook, which is my Burn Fat ebook. And if you scan the QR code on the screen, you could download it today for free, read it for 30 minutes, and follow these 3 easy steps, which most people lose 10 pounds within 7 days. Or if you're listening on the podcast, go to burnfatbook.com or click the link in the notes down below to download it for free. One more thing before I get to your questions. I'm doing a speaking tour all about my latest New York Times bestselling book, Metabolic Freedom. I'll be traveling across the U.S., the Middle East, doing keynote lectures and book signings and meet and greets. I'd love to see you in person. If you head over to benazadi.com/events, you can see where I'm speaking next, and I hope to see you in person. All right, let's get to your questions. How long will it take to see visible results from these exercises? Okay, there's 2 parts to this question. You'll notice results in how you feel, your posture, just overall mobility and agility in a couple of weeks. Now, how long will it take to visibly see those abs become defined? Depends on your starting point. For men, the goal is to get your body fat percentage under 17%. If you get your body fat percentage under 17%, you will start to see visible abs. The sweet spot for me is between 11 and 13%. If I could stay there, I have really defined abs. For women, the sweet spot is going to be under 22%, 23%. You'll start to see your visible abs. So I don't know where you're at right now starting here, but it's a good idea to test your body fat percentage and work your way on getting it to those percentage thresholds. Can I do these moves if I have a lower back pain or a past injury? So over the years, I've dealt with a lot of lower back pain, and I've been able to do these exercises personally. Now, if you currently have an injury, you might want to work with a personal trainer or a professional, maybe do some of the modifications that I recommended, but always speak with a professional if you have a current injury. One of the things that I've done for my lower back injury, or lower back pain or lower back weakness, whatever you want to call it, is using an inversion table. If you have lower back pain, this could be a game changer. It's something you buy on Amazon, and I'll drop a link down below for the inversion table that I use and recommend. And you simply just invert yourself, meaning you lie on the table and then it inverts you where you're upside down, and you accumulate seconds and then minutes throughout the day, and it lengthens your lower back. It alleviates pressure off that lower back, and you just do it every single day, and it makes a big difference. Something else I did for my lower back pain is strengthening my glutes by making sure I'm always activating my core, squeezing my glutes, and doing glute activation workouts. If you want a great resource on exercises from one of the best in the world, check out Giancarlo Anzalati on YouTube. We'll drop a link for his YouTube channel down below. How many total calories do these exercises burn? I don't know, and I don't really care. We're not doing it to burn calories, so let's just forget about that. Should I do these exercises before or after cardio strength training? I like doing them before. I like activating my core before a workout to prevent injury. Do I need to warm up before doing stomach vacuums, or can I start cold? You could start cold, but it's always a good idea to do some form of dynamic stretching warm up. What's the best time of day to do these exercises for maximum results? Well, I would always say the best time of day would be whatever fits your schedule that's going to help you stay consistent. With that being said, the morning time would be best on an empty stomach. Can pregnant or postpartum women safely perform these moves? I'm not 100% sure about pregnant women. I would ask your doctor about that, but postpartum women I've seen do this effectively and safely. Can I do these exercises on a soft bed, or do I need a hard surface? I like a hard surface Maybe there's like a gym mat on top, but I don't recommend it on a soft bed. It's harder to create that flat back on the floor and to engage the core. So I wouldn't recommend a soft bed for this. There you have it. 3 simple exercises. Combine that with the 7-day ebook and you're going to get incredible results. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And by the way, one of the other things that you can do, because I struggled with obesity, I lost a ton of weight and then I had loose, flabby skin. Well, there's actually a protocol I put together to tighten your skin. As you lose weight, you want to tighten your skin. It's the #1 method for tightening loose skin. I recently published this video. Here's a clip from that video. Click the video on the screen and I'll see you in that next lesson. Ever since, I've done a tremendous amount of research and I'm happy to present to you the solution to finally tightening up that skin so you look and feel great. This will be relevant to you whether you have loose skin from dramatic weight loss or if you just have loose skin in general and you're looking to tighten up that skin. This protocol will work for all of you.